Hi guys. Welcome to the last session of lesson 20. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit shorter, your lucky day, and you're going to be opening up to page 435 in your Math RCC book. If you need to pause me, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to jump in. So on the top of your page 435, there's going to be an example that shows you Jessica hiking 2/5 of a mile and then hiking another 2/5 of a mile. And you're going to see them show that on a number line. Okay, take a minute just to look at the example. Pause me just to take a look. Okay, now, once you're back on, let's do number one. So number one says, Ruth makes one fruit smoothie. She drinks 1/3 of it. What fraction of the smoothie is left? So, always with word problems, I want to ask myself, what is this question asking me? It's asking me what is left. That means I need to subtract. So, what is the big number she's starting with? 1/2. So, I need to do 1/2, and I'm taking away 1/3. So, I'm doing like 1/2 minus 1/3. But I don't know how to subtract that. So, I need to make this 1 into a fraction. So, I know 1/2 has the same numerator and same denominator. My denominator needs to be 3 because that's the denominator I have here. So if I have 3 on my denominator, I need 3 on my numerator. 3/3 is the same thing as 1. So now let's do it this way. 3/3 minus 1/3. So I'm going to subtract my numerators because my denominators are like. 3 minus 1 is 2/3. Okay, is this 2/3 of animals? 2/3 of pirates? No. 2/3 of her smoothie. Make sure you include your unit. That was easy. All right, next one. Number 2. You're going to be popping over to page 436. Number 2 says, Mr. Chang, he's bought a bunch of balloons. 3/10 of the balloons is red. 3/10 of the balloon bunch is blue. What fraction of the bunch is not red or blue? Sometimes when it gives me like these colors like this, I really do like to draw a picture because I know I can represent it visually. So I'm going to make an area model. How many equal parts does my area model need? It needs 10, right? So I'm going to draw my rectangle. And I need 10 equal parts, so I'm going to cut it in half and then do 5. Okay, just double check, make sure I have 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I know 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm good. All right, so now I'm going to see and label my area model. So it says 3/10 of the bunch is red. So I need to label 3 of my tenths with an R for red. Okay. It says 2/10 of the bunch is blue. So I need to do 2 of my tenths as a B for blue. Then it says, what fraction of the bunch is not red or blue? Well, what is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that means that 5/10 is not red or blue. Okay? Number 3, Emily eats 1/6 of a bag of carrots. Nick eats 2/6 of the same bag of carrots. What fraction of the bag of carrots do Emily and Nick eat all together? So I'm asking myself, what is this problem asking me? It's saying what do they eat all together? When I'm looking for something all together, I'm probably adding, right? I wouldn't be subtracting to find the total all together. So I need to add. Emily eats 1/6 plus Nick eats 2/6. Now I'm going to add those. The denominators are like, so I can add the top. 1 plus 2 is 3/6. Let's see if that's one of my options. It is C. So, and then underneath it says, Rob chose D as the correct answer. How did he get that? So D says 3/12. I want you guys to think of some ways that Rob could have gotten 3/12. Well, if I look at my problem, I think I know what Rob did. My denominators are 6 here, but I know when I'm adding with like denominators, it just stays the same. But I know 6 plus 6 is 12, so he must have added these denominators, right? So Rob added the denominators. Okay? Pause me to get that down. And then I'm on page 437. Okay. Lynn, he buys some cloth. He uses 5/8 of a yard for a school project. He has 2/8 of a yard left. How much cloth does Lynn buy? Why did I say left so loud like that? That's because if I'm looking for how much is left, or if I'm told what is left, that means I need to, I hope all the kids are saying subtract. So I need to subtract. Lynn starts out with his big fraction of 5/8 of a yard. And he ends up with 2/8 remaining. That's what's left, so I need to take away 2/8. So now I'm going to see how much he used. My denominators are the same, so I can subtract my numerators. 5 minus 2 is, I'm going to start at my 2, count up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3/8. 3/8 of a yard. That's option A. Okay. Carmela, she cuts a cake into 12 equal sized pieces. When I hear 12 equal parts, I know that means the denominator is 12. She eats 2/12 of the cake, and her brother eats 3/12 of the cake. What fraction of the cake is left? So I know I do need to subtract eventually, but this problem's a little different. Carmela has a whole cake that's cut into 12 equal pieces. She eats 2/12, the brother eats 3/12. And then I need to see what's left. Since it seems like there's a few steps here, I'm going to draw a picture for this one. So I'm going to make an area model that has 12 equal parts. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut that into 6 parts here. Okay, so that should be 12. And just double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know 6 times 2 is 12, so that's 12. All right, so she eats 2/12 of the cake. Her name is Carmela, so I'm going to put a C in 2 of the 12ths. The brother, I'm going to do B for brother, eats 3/12. Brother, brother, brother. How much of the cake is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7/12 is C. So by doing this diagram, what we did, guys, is we added 2/12 plus 3/12, and then we took that total away from the 12/12. Okay? All right. Number 6, Lee makes muffins. She uses 2/3 of a cup of milk and 1/3 of a cup of oil. How much more milk does she use than oil? So that's another important term. If you're looking for how much more of something, that means you need to subtract, okay? Sorry, I just had like a weird throat problem. I'm good now. So we're looking for how much more. So how much more means we need to subtract. So she uses 2/3 of a cup of milk. That's my big fraction that I'm starting with. 2/3. Then she has 1/3 of a cup of oil. So we're subtracting 1/3 because I want to figure out how much more milk is there than oil. What does this equal? My denominators are the same, so 2 minus 1 is 1/3. 1/3 of leather pants. 1/3 of pockets. 1/3 cup. Okay? Make sure you label that. Okie dokie, last page. We're on page 438. Okay, really need to find my eraser. I'm getting dirty. So, Lucy and Melody, they work together to paint 6/8 of a room. Which model could be used to show how much of the room each girl paints? So, I need to say which models are going to equal 6/8. So, first, if I'm looking at an area model like this, I first of all need to make sure there are 8 equal parts because that's my denominator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that one has 8 equal parts. Are 6 of those parts shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so that one shows 6/8. Does this one have 8 equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, can't be B because it doesn't have 8 equal parts. Can it be C? First I'm going to see, does this have 8 equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does. Are 6 of those parts shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7 are shaded, so that does not show 6/8. Bye-bye. Okay, 6/8 equals 3/8 plus 3/8. So is 3 plus 3, 6? Yeah, D works. How about 6/8 equals 5/8 plus 1/8? So is 5 plus 1, 6? Yeah, that works, right? Okie doke. Number 8. Cole and Max pick 9/10 of a bucket of blueberries in all. Cole picks 3/10 of a bucket of blueberries. What fraction of a bucket of blueberries does Max pick? So, what are we being asked here? First, we're told the total, and then we're told what part of that total that Cole picks. And we need to figure out what Max picks. So whatever Max picks is going to be what is left, right? So I need to subtract. So I'm starting off with my big fraction, which is 9/10, and I'm taking away what Cole picks, which is 3/10. So my denominators are the same, so I can subtract 9 minus 3. I can start from my small number and count up to 9. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, right? So 9 minus 3 is 6. Tenths. 6/10 of an hour. 6/10 of raging dinosaurs running at you? No. 6/10 of a bucket. Okie dokie. Last problem. It's about Mrs. Jones. I wonder if this is Mrs. Jones from 5th grade. Mrs. Jones cuts an apple into eighths. She eats 3/8 of the apple and gives the rest to her son and daughter. Describe 2 different ways her son and daughter can share the rest of the apple if they have some. So, 1 second. Sorry, my computer was ringing. Okay, so she cuts the apple. She ate 3/8 of it and gave the rest to her son and daughter. Describe 2 ways her son and daughter could share the rest. So first of all, I need to figure out what is the rest, and when I'm doing that, I'm subtracting. So the rest is going to be 1 whole minus the 3/8. What is 1 whole when I have 8 as the denominator? It's going to be 8/8, okay? So I'm taking away 3/8. So 8 minus 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5/8. So I need to think of 2 ways to split up 5/8. So I'm going to set that up by doing 5/8 equals 5/8 equals. So I'm splitting it up between the 2 kids. So I'm thinking of what 2 numbers are going to add up to 5. Well, I know 4 plus 1 is 5, so I could do 4/8 plus 1/8. Okay? What's another way to add up to 5? 2 plus 3 adds up to 5, so I could do 2/8 plus 3/8. Okay? All right, boys and girls, so take a minute to finish that up, and thanks for joining.